In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? And ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Karen, she's a silver sun. You best walk her away and watch it shining. Watch her watch the morning come. A silver tear appearing now. I'm crying, ain't I? I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. There ain't no doubt in no one's mind that love's the finest thing around. Whisper something soft and kind. And hey babe, the sky's on fire. I'm dying, ain't I? I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Well, dark and silent late last night, I think I might have heard the highway calling. Geese in flight and dogs that bite. The signs that might be omens say I'm going, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. With a holy host of others standing around me, still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me if I'm up and gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone to Carolina in my mind. And I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone, I'm gone. Say nice things about me, 'cause I'm gone, solid gone. Got to carry on without me. I'm gone.
Hey Coley, I know this is going to be one of the hardest times in your life, and when you're looking back on these last weeks, it's all going to feel probably like a blur, and so me and some people who really, really love you wanted to put together a little video just saying some kind words to you and reminiscing about fond memories of your dad. Something just for you to have to look back on hard days, or on days where you miss him, or on days that you just want to hear people talk about him. So I hope you like it. I heard this actually at a funeral a couple of weeks ago, and it's really touching, but I think when I'm done reading it, you'll see how relevant it is to your dad. Okay, it's called The Dash by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted first came the date of the birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent life on earth. And now only those who loved him know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel. Be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remember that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? And I can say with certainty that your dad spent his dash intentionally and memorably. He was retired for 20 years, and he spent that time exploring the world with the love of his life and always including you on a lot of those adventures. He lives on in you, not just in your in your crazy twin posture and mannerisms or your big smiles. He lives on in the spirit of adventure that you have and the thoughtfulness of others. The postcards he sent throughout your life meant so much to you. It was like his way of showing you that he's always thinking of you, no matter how far away he is, including now. And you've always done that for my kids since they were small. Care packages from Auntie Coley from all parts of the world. His thoughtfulness and showing love from afar is already living on through you, and I get to see it in my kids. What a gift. Thank you, Nils. And thank you for raising my best friend. I love you, Coley.
This is Uncle Chris, and you never had a brother or sister, so I've known your dad for probably longer than anybody. I've known him for 72 years. And, like any loving big brother, Uncle Nils, or as we called him in the family, Bobby, and there's just a few of us that call him that because my father's name was Nils. So I'm going to call him Bobby. Bobby was a loving older brother. And I have a few examples. When we were really little, we used to have all the Christmas presents under the tree. My mom would have all our relatives, people that lived out of state, and all her presents for her and my dad. And my brother convinced me when I was about 3 to wake up before my parents got up. And we went down and we opened every present because I couldn't read. And then when my mother woke up and came out aghast, and she looked at my brother and went, "What happened?" He pointed his finger at me and went, "Kiddiper did it." So he kind of threw me under the bus. But as he got older, he got somewhat kinder. My mom loved to take us to the beach. So we would go to the Jersey Shore, or we would go to the beach down in Miami when we would visit my grandma. And so he taught me how to swim. We'd go into the Atlantic Ocean. We'd only be out about 10 feet maybe. And the way I learned to swim was this giant hand of his would come down on my head, and he'd hold me underwater till I started yelling and bubbles would come up. So needless to say, I had a little bit of a water phobia for a while, thanks to Uncle Bobby. Then I thought he was getting better, and we went out one time to go horseback riding, which he had done at camp a lot, so he knew how. I'd never been on a horse. I was pretty terrified, but they put me on one. He walked over, smiled at me, and I went, "Oh, isn't that nice?" And he whacked it with his hand. The horse took off, almost threw me, and now I can say 72 years later, I've never been on a horse since. So you missed all that good stuff of having an older brother, which I got to have. But seriously, we were also incredibly close. We went to high school together. We went to college together. I was playing soccer with him when the team won the Jersey State Championship when he was a senior. And all the time that we played soccer at college, we were these long hairs back then. This is in the early 70s. And all these teams would come to try to play us, and they go, "Oh, look at those hippies, And it turned out we had like 5 all-state soccer players on our team, and we used to kill them. The best thing, though, I think, was about having a sibling is they're always there, and he and I were no exception. We lived in the same state a lot of the time, but especially in latter years, we were on a constant email feed. Even if he was in Brazil, especially with our friend John Welshons, who became kind of a third brother for us. So I just want to say it's very hard for me because I miss him a lot, and I know everybody does. But let's think of all the good things, other than when he tried to drown me, that we remember about him, because he was incredibly kind and incredibly loving. He left a big impact everywhere he worked, including Warner Brothers and INTA. And I toast you, Bobby. Bye.
I'm sorry that your dad died, Auntie Chloe. I love you. Bye.
Hey, Auntie Chloe, I'm so sorry for your loss. We always love you and you're part of our family, and they can always count on us.
Auntie Chloe, I'm sorry for your loss of your father. I can't imagine such a heartbreak like that. I love you so much, and I'm happy you're part of our family.
Hey Nicole, sending you lots of love. I've been thinking about Nils and first of all, sharing my name with him my whole life, and I know that he graciously let me keep the name Nils, and he went by Bobby when I was born, so I've always been very thankful for that. I have lots of very fond memories of growing up together with you, swimming in the pool on Valley Vista, and all of our wonderful summers together with the Heim girls, and kind of growing up together in the Valley. And then, you know, I have a lot of good memories. Obviously, you and me being the ring bearer and the flower girl at his wedding with Teresa. But one of the more fonder and more recent memories was I was really thankful that he and Teresa came to the wedding and they got to meet Mel. And he was so interested in everyone at the wedding and so easy to talk to and excited to meet all of our friends and family. And thinking, you know, afterwards, hearing from so many people about, you know, who their favorite person from the wedding was. And a lot of them talked about how they met my Uncle Nils and how much they got to or enjoyed speaking with him and got to learn about our lives. So I think that's a really fond memory that I'll always cherish of him, and, you know, thinking of him and thinking of you and just sending you love.
Hey, Barb here. Hello, Nicole. We're so excited. Thank you to Aaron for doing this. And thank you both for Team Nicole, Aaron. What a tremendous job you guys did in Brazil. Thank you. I just want to say it was so fabulous having Bobby, remember, boy Bobby, family name, at the wedding, which was just in October. It was just a minute ago. And honestly, the life of the party, all the charm, all the social graces. I remember my sister sat with him, and Teresa, how lovely. And we actually, my sister and I, lost our brother this past January. And Janie said to me, I feel like I gained a new brother. So I just want to say, in my heart, to have that great recent memory. Of course, Chris is talking about being half drowned by his brother. But for me, it was just so great to have such a wonderful time. And with Teresa, they were here for the whole month. So they got to see everyone and spend so much time with Nicole and sweet Savannah, who came out for the wedding. So I just wanted to say hey, and fond memories will stay with us. Okay, bye kids.
Hey, Nicole. When I think of your dad, I think of him almost as some type of enigma. Every summer growing up, you always got to go to California, and I had to stay home in Chicago and keep living my life. But you went on this magical, mysterious journey every single summer to California. And then you would come home and we would be watching the Disney Channel and you would say stuff like, I went to camp with that girl. I just saw her at camp this summer. Or, you know, in California, they do things like this. And it would drive me insane, but insane with jealousy, because I always wanted to go to California and live the fun, magical, celebrity-filled summer that you always had. And I didn't really know your dad that well, but I knew that he was a huge influence on your life. He made you who you are today, the person that I love with all my heart, obviously. So I love your dad for that. I love that you got to have those fun summers, even though they filled me with a jealous rage every time you would come home. But yeah, that's what I think of. When I think of Nils, I think of some Hollywood hotshot in California that you got to go and have fun with and be yourself with and live your escape from Chicago with. Okay? I'll put it that way. Right? I love you.
Oh, sweet Nicole. I know losing your daddy best friend is heart-wrenching, but you have been a tower of strength. And what you and Aaron had to get accomplished in Brazil, along with grieving, is unbelievable. And we're all so proud of you. You'll always be part of our family. You always have been and you always will. And we're so glad that you're here now to be with us after, just so that you can know that he's still here. He's still here among you. He'll see those cardinals flying in every now and then. You know you can still talk to him. You have a direct connection with him at all times now. And keep him in your heart and keep his memory alive. Talk about him often when it doesn't hurt so much. And he will stay alive with you and with your whole family. And we love you to pieces. And you just cry when you need to cry. And we'll be here for you, sweetheart. We love you so much.
Hi, Coley. I just want you to know how much you mean to me. I'm sending you so much love. And I cannot wait to see you in person and give you a big fat hug and eat some delicious soup.
Coley, you are one of my most favorite people on this planet. And I know a lot of that, of who you are, has to do with your dad, who I never got the chance to meet, but only heard the coolest stories about him, always from you. Sound like an amazing, adventurous, wonderful, kind-hearted human. And he made you. So I love you and just wanted to share that and send some love to you.
I only met your dad the one time, but I am so happy that I got to meet him and that I got to spend some time with him, because he really is such a special person, and you are exactly like him in the best ways possible. It's like anybody that would ask me about that wedding weekend, the first thing I would tell them was just how much I loved your dad, and how I know this is probably the same story I keep telling over and over again, but it truly was like my favorite thing in the world, just watching him go up to every single person at the wedding and introduce himself and talk to these people, and then obviously to proceed to then say, and this is my daughter Nicole and her friend Savannah. It was the best. It was just the best. And I loved him so much and admired that so much, just in the way of even just, you know, wanting to get to know everybody in such a genuine way. You know, he really enjoyed it and he really wanted to talk to those people, and I found it so amazing and refreshing, and you know, it made me think about myself in ways of just being like, why aren't we all like that all the time? It's so dumb, the, you know, whatever, life. But I am just so thankful that I got to meet him, and I'm so thankful that he gave all of us you, because you are the best person too, and there is so much of him that I see in you. That was what was also just so fun to be able to see you guys together, was like it all just, you know, it made so much sense that you are very much his daughter, and it's so beautiful that obviously you get to carry that on, and I think it's also been so special that you've seen in Brazil, and like just from all the people that you've met that have known him, that every single person that met him or passed him at any point in their lives, like he really, you know, he impacted their lives in a way, and he left something with them in the same way he did with me. And, you know, I only got to spend a few days with him, but he was just so happy and such a joy to be around. And also, you know, you just felt that he was so welcoming and comfortable, and you don't get that from so many people. So I'm grateful that I got to, you know, see that, and that I got to spend any time with him. And yeah, I love you so much, and that's all I've got.
Patient. This man, so Nicole would come visit like mostly summers, and then she would come to LA. She started coming out either Thanksgiving or Christmas, like once we all started getting a little older. And anyway, but anytime she left, we would have, I just remember, we would have Nils take our photos. But it was before social media. So, I mean, we literally, like, he would snap us in front of, you know, the fireplace at Nicole. I remember the fireplace at their house, which was never used. But we would stand in front of it. We'd do a photo shoot there. Probably took an hour. Like, we usually would have him, you know, take our photo, then we'd have to go, Nicole would go over there and, you know, she'd look at Dad's photos, look at Dad's work, and then we'd, you know, be like, oh no, we don't look at this. We zoom up and zoom back, and you know, we probably did it at 3 different locations at his house. So it would be like, yeah, in the fireplace, probably an hour in the fireplace, hour out front, hour in the back by the pool. And I just remember him being so, like, just smiling, always smiling, very patient. I think he was just so happy that, you know, Nicole was there, and you know, so happy that she had friends there. And I just could, like, he'd always just be beaming. I mean, it would be like Nicole, you would think it was Nicole's wedding day, okay? It was just us trying to take some photos without an iPhone. And yeah, God, what a sweet man.
So, Nicole, I just want to tell you how sorry I am about your dad. Nils was a good guy, and I liked him a lot. He was smart, and caring, and kind. And he loved you. He was funny, and goofy. He was goofy in a good way. I met him when I was a kid, and he was good to me. He took me places. I went to see movies with Nils. I think he took me to a zoo. He used to like to kind of explore. I got to do that with him a couple of times. Just go around and looking at places. I think he took me to a museum or something. Yeah, he was nice. He was professional, yet he always had a little bit of a rebel, you know. He was successful within the system, but he always had that little bit of a fight the power. A little rebel. I like that. He's a good man, and he will be missed. So I'd like to make a toast to Nils, your dad. May he rest in peace, and may you find comfort.
Hi, Coley. I just want to let you know how much I love you and am here for you during just everything that's going on. I know that it feels like a lot, and it is. And, you know, I went through something similar and just want to be able to offer you any support. And if you ever need to talk about anything or even just vent, I'm available, and I can just share with you different things that I've been able to do that helped me. But you're so strong, and you have so many people that love you and that are here to support you. So just always make sure that you reach out for help, that you always just check in with people when you need anything, because we all are here for you and we all love you.
Hi. I'm asked to do some memories of Nils. He was a very special guy. I would say extraordinary. It was a brother that life gave me as a gift to take care of my sister Teresa, whose affection I always held with great affections. So much so that he was chosen to be godparent to my son Alexander. Whenever Nils was here in Brazil, he had a hiking partner with him for a deep discussions about life, literature, art, and philosophy, as well as being my special guest at the barbecues days that I did, that I promoted. With his death, I lost part of my joy in those special moments, leaving always good and pleasant memories of him. To Nicole, my best kisses.
Hi, Nicole. It's your three sisters. We just wanted to hop on here and let you know that, first of all, we miss you, we love you, and we're thinking about you. And me, Danielle, and Alana, we're just sitting here reminiscing about all the memories we have with you and your dad, and like going to camp with you over the summers, and like swimming.
The catchphrases.
Oh, with your dad's catchphrases when we were getting ready, and your dad would be like,
Yalla, 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 yalla.
like he was always
Like
so
he was-
funny. And whenever we would be fighting, he would be like, stop it or I'm gonna knock your heads together. He was always just so funny and always like kept things upbeat and
He's
light.
always the life of the party.
I remember him like dancing in your basement all the time and like always putting on music, and he was always up for so much fun.
Also whenever you wanted Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice.
Oh yeah, you get Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice.
Or Baskin Robbins. Your dad was just always so fun and so sweet, and we're always going to remember him as this sweet, upstanding, amazing dad. And we just want to let you know that we love you and we're here for you and we're thinking about you.
We love you.
And we can't wait to see you when you get back home.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Hey Coley, just wanted to leave you a little message and tell you how much we love you, how much I love you. So sorry that you're going through this, but we spoke a little bit last night, and I told you, I know whenever I pass and the girls are still down here, I'd be looking over them, but I'd be wanting them to move on. I'd be wanting them to enjoy their life and make me proud. And I know that's what you're going to do for your dad. I know how proud he was of you. I know how proud you're going to make him. But we're always here for you. We love you.
It's still not easy to talk about him without crying, but I'm going to try, because right now it's not about the pain, it's about the wonderful man he was. He was an amazing man, and he was a man of the big things and the little things, and all put together made this man a precious one for me. And that's why, because he was this wonderful, is why I miss him so much. He was so careful and thoughtful, and he pampered me in so many ways that I would be talking here forever to let you know of all the little things that are great, but simple things like bringing me breakfast in bed might sound like cute and simple, but it's an amazing thing. And the very big things that he did, he always, besides taking care of me, we took care of each other, and we were comfortable with this love that we had for each other. But I joke that he was my memory and he was my encyclopedia, because he was extremely knowledgeable. But he never made me feel bad. You know, if I forgot something and I asked him for the 10th time, not in the same day, not there yet, but he would repeat to me as if it was the first time. He never put me down. He never made me feel bad. He never bullied me in any circumstance. He was the most amazing husband. And I just have so many good memories, and that's why it's hard to talk about him. And it's hard to now find a path without him by my side. But I know that with God, everything will be fine one day, and instead of the pain or the tears, one day will be just the good memories, and there are so many. And we also had so many good times with Nicole, so many trips that we had, so much fun sharing many beautiful moments, including beautiful pictures and videos. So we'll have a lot to look back eventually and just smile about it. I love you, Nicole, and Daddy loves you too.